All right, good day. Today in today's class, I want to show us how to work with Elementor, introduction to Elementor. Now, it is important for you to know that Elementor is a page builder. What do we mean by page builder? A page builder is an application web plugin that is used to build a page, to drag and drop. You just drag and drop elements. So in this class, I'm going to teach us how to use Elementor. So before you do that, so I am logging to my WordPress dashboard. So I'm just simply going to go to my dashboard to have access to install the plugin. So I'll go to the plugin section, and add new plugin. So these plugins are the default plugins that are not needed. So I'm going to remove them and delete this guy here. So I'm going to add some plugins to, this is the Ocean Extra that works with the theme I installed. So I'm going to add new plugin. So I'll search Elementor. So this is it right here, Elementor. So I'm going to install these two, Elementor website builder and Elementor header and footer builder. So I'm going to install these two. Also, I am going to install a template hub template plugin called Elementor Element. I'm going to search for Elementor Element. Elementor Element is a particular plugin that is used to design it has already made templates that we can simply import and use our page builder to customize. So I'm going to install Elementor Element. Okay, so I'll go to my plugin section and install these plugins. Go to my plugin section where all my plugins are, and I'm going to highlight them. I'm going to check the boxes and activate them. I'll just apply. I'll activate them. So once I have activated, now I have plugins on my WordPress dashboard, the page builder, the Elementor. Then we have the header customizer, and then header and footer customizer, the Elementor itself, and the Elementor element. So now let us go to our pages. So I want to work with Elementor. So what I'll do now, I'll go to the different pages. The pages are all here. Let's start with our home page. So now This is our home page. I'm going to view. I'm going to edit our home page. I'm going to edit our home page. So now you can see that I can now edit with Elementor. I can now edit with Elementor. So you click on edit with Elementor. Edit with Elementor. All right. So this, I'm going to simply close this dialog box. I'm going to close this particular dialog box. Okay, let me just continue. So I'll just close this dialog box, and now I am in my Elementor. I am in my Elementor. So now, so this is what the Elementors. You can see my header, but I cannot make changes to my header in this window. I cannot make changes to my header. I can only make changes to the body of my work, the design. So what am I going to do first? Now, when you look at the left hand tools, I call the Elementor tools. Now, if you have a pro account, you should be able to use these guys. I have a pro Elementor. If you need it, you have to pay for that. You have to just pay a token for you to be able to use all the tools here that are locked. But still, you can still design your website with the free Elementor tools here, the basic tools. So what are the basic tools? So we have the first two here. Let me start from the heading. When you want to put a heading, you use this guy. When you want to divide a div into two, what is a div? A div is a box. Now let me explain this. The width and the height of your website is determined by 100%. Is determined by 100%. So when you want to put a div, for example, now, if I need to put a div, I can just click on this box. This box, you can see this box, this is 100% wall to wall. Now, I want my website page to be divided into two sections. If you click on this one, you want 3 sections, 4 sections, like that. You want 40 or 30 and 70%, 70, 30%, and all those. So you see different. So assuming I just want, let's say I want one whole section. So I'll just click on this. So a div has appeared. This is called a div. This box we are seeing right here is called a div. So I can move it. If you want to move it, just click on it. You can move. If you want to add another one to it, you can just click on that, and like that. So if I want to close it, I can just close it. So, but I need it. So let me just open it. Once it is open, once you click on this, another so for me, you will see that this is already another dialog box has been open. So assuming I want to change, so there are the layout. This is the layout in terms of the width and size, the box. So if I can increase the width, Now, the div is like a balloon. It's just like a balloon. When we say div is a balloon that is determined by the amount of air that is blown inside the balloon. So a div on a website is just like an empty balloon. So it is, you will not notice the size of it until you start putting content, you start putting air into it. So the more air you put into it, the more capacity it has. The more air you put into it, the more capacity it has to contain more content. So this is like a div. So what I'm going to do now, let me say, okay, let's go to, this is 100. So if I say, so you can see that this div, the width, this is the height, and then the width. So this is 500, the height is default. So I can set it to fit to screen. I can fit to minimum height like that. I can set it. So let's leave it the way it is. Now, that's the layout. Now let's go to style. Style is actually how you want to beautify it in terms of color, in terms of images. What image do you want to use? Do you want to use a background? So for example, if I need to change, these are the tools. I can simply use this tool to change the color. I can come here and pick a color. For example, this is a color I want this div. You can see as I'm touching it, the color is changing. As I'm touching it, the color is changing. Let's say because of this is where our just color picker, this color, I'm working with the logo color. Please always work with your logo color. Always work with your logo color. So we have green, and I'm going to work with green and orange. But you don't just, in a website, we don't just work with green and orange as a green. There are different shades of green. And that is where our just color picker comes in. Our just color picker. So I'm going to use my just color picker that I asked you to install in the previous class. So this is just color picker. I'm going to open it, and once I open it, I'm going to bring it here. Once you bring it here, you'll be able to see the color number. You see, as I bring it here, you see this place is changing. These are the color number that I'm going to be using. I can write it down somewhere. So this is FFA066, FFA066, FFA066 that I'm going to use. So I'm going to say here, I'm going to say FFA066. So you see, I have picked the color of my logo, but that is not the original color of the logo. So that is not that. I think that is the hovering color. That's the hovering color. So I'm going to make it. I think this is the main color of this particular logo. So this is the color that we are going to work with. So in designing your website, you don't just pick colors anyhow. You must work with the color that is applicable. So let's say in this place, that is how to change color, but I don't need this. So I'm going to actually I don't need it, so I'm going to let it go. Let's say in this place, let's go back. So let's say in this place, I want to divide this particular div. I want to divide it into two and put right up. So I can decide to add a video to this place. I can decide to put an image. So if I put a video, let me put a video. I can put a video. Then what I will need to do, I can decide to put a video. You can see a video has entered into this particular div. So I can come here, go to YouTube, change the link. So this is the video that I want to put on that particular. So I can remove it. If you want to remove it, all you just need to do is to click on it and delete. You just come here, you click on it here and delete it. That's all. So I can click here, add image. You just carry, you drag, you hold whatever you want to add, you just drag and place it. So this is a particular image, and the size is 1024 by 1024 by 1020. That is the image dimension. So I can come, if I want to change this image, I'll just come here, over here, and choose another image. So let's say I want to upload another image to fit in this particular place. So I want to choose another image, and that is entirely different from what I have there. So I'm going to choose something that is very close. I don't have that particular dimension, but I'm going to choose something that is very close, and I'm going to upload. So I've uploaded something that is very close. So you can see the dimension of this particular, instead of 1025, I have 2024, I have 1280 by 960. So I think this is closely related. So I've added my image. Image. That is how to add your image to your web browser. So once I finish, I don't want to, do I want to leave it like this? No, I don't want to leave it. So I'll still go back to style. And if I want to make some changes to this, I can simply make some changes to this. For example, the width, I can increase the width, the opacity. How do you want clear? How do you want it? So you can see, you can decide to show it very well. Let it be showing very well. You can decide to, opacity is how clear you want it. Then hover. When I hover on it, what do I want? This is the normal image, so I want it to show very well. Let me show it very well. But when I hover on it, I want when I hover on it, I want something to happen. When I hover on it, okay, let's go back and put a hover. So if I put, well, hovering simply means when I put my cursor on it, what do I want to happen? Do I want it to glow? Do I want it to shrink? Do I want it to put? Do I want it to pop? So let's say I want it to shrink. So you see that effect? So I can say when I put I want it to glow. So that's glow. So I can say I want it to bounce. Did you see? So this is what the effect I want. I want it to, okay, so let's leave it at this glow. So I can go back to the caption. If I want a caption on the image, I can, or if I want to link this image to another website, or I copy this somewhere, I can do that. I can do that. So these are all functions that you can use on your particular image that you have added. Then when you are done, I can decide to add something here. I can decide to add something, I can decide to add a bisection in this place and put it. So I can decide to add something at the top here. So I can decide to add something at the down. Maybe let's just so I can decide to put a heading here. I can decide to write so I can decide to write here, for your best academy ever. Join us now. Join us now. So, and I'll come here. Remember that we are working with this particular color. So I can change it to green. Look at the green. This is the green. So I can use my just color picker to find the green. AED4B2. 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 So that's the green. So I can just go there now and look for that particular color. So I'll go to style. When anytime you want to change, you can come here and you can just delete this AED4B2. But remember that is not the, so I can just shift it a bit. So I can just shift it a bit. I think that is close. So that is what we have here. Okay, let's just publish this and see. We'll go, when we publish this, you'll see what we have here. So I can decide to, okay, let's check what we have on our web page. So did you see, this is our website? Did you see this? I have added image and I've added the writing. So when I touch the image is glowing, just like the way I instructed it to do. So let's go back and put a heading here. I'm going to put a particular heading here, but this entire div, I want to okay, I want to put a heading, but I want to even change the entire background color. So background, this is the background. So once you want to change the background color of a div, you click here, and once you click here, this will come out, and then you can decide to change the background. So I'll change the background to something orange. Remember that when you are working, we always work with color. We are very sensitive to colors. We are very sensitive to color. So we can do, this is text. We can do welcome to the academy. So this writing, I can put it on, I can change the color of this writing to, so this is H2. I can change it to H1 if I want it to be bigger. And then you can change the position, whether you want it to be at the middle or you want it to be justified. Image size, I want it very large. Or extra large. So this is extra large. It should be at the middle. So I can simply use my hand to adjust. Or I can leave it on H2 or H1, whichever you want. I can change this color to white if I want. So the typography is what you want to happen to this writing. This is the typography. The writing is you want to change font size, so you can decide to increase font size. So I don't want it, I want it this way. So the font weight, the weight of the font, do you want it very heavy, bold and all that? I want it extra large in 800. I want it to be very weighty. Then do you want so this is how to, so this is the font. You can decide, this is Roboto font. You can decide to change the font if you want, the text color. So that is that. Then if you want, shadow on your font, blend mode, how do you want it to multiply? Do I want it to multiply? No. Do I want it to overlay? No. Do I want it to lighten up? Yes. So I can just leave it at normal. And then that is it. So I think there's a particular function here. Now, link. Do I want, if somebody clicks on this thing, do I want to link it to another page? No, I don't want that. So I just want welcome to the academy. So that is what, so I'll update. Once you finish, you have to update what you have done. So I can decide to come and remove this. If I discover that this is not okay, I can click on this div to make changes here, and I'll come here to remove that particular. Now, if I click on here, I'll be, once you come here, black overlay, this background overlay. If I want to lay something on top of this, I can decide to change the color. So do you see? I want to change the color to when so I want it on pure black. This is what I want, or I want it, so I want it white, somehow white, but black is always very good. It's always better for overlay. Black is very good for overlay, but I don't really want this, so I'm going to turn it off somehow. So that is how opacity. So this is the background. This is the background, normal. So you can walk around this. You can walk around this. You can walk around it, and then you look at what you actually want to do. You look at what you actually want to do. So I click on this, the image. I want to make some over. So this I've removed that white. Now when I hover on it, it will just drop. So that is it. I've made that change. I don't want it to go white anytime I hover on it. However, if you want this, when I wanted to make changes to this image, I clicked on the image to make changes. So, but if you want to make changes on the entire div itself, so you can do this, hover, background. So I can do black. That is if I want a background for that particular div, but I don't want a background for it. I want to leave it that way. So that is how to make. So if I update this, if I update this and come here and refresh my page, you discover that, so you see there's a lot of changes on my web page. So you see the changes on my website. So you see I've made changes to my website. You see what I just did now? I made changes to my website. So I can decide to come down more and write more information here. So if I click on this, now let's add another feature here. I can come here and say, okay, I want, on this part of the website, I want something else to display. I want here, I can say here, I want maybe a button. I want to put a button, a call to action button here. So I can say, okay, when you click here, you say apply now. Now, this is apply now button. Remember, apply now. So I may want to apply now. So I may want to change, because I've used green here, I may want to change this to orange, just the other color. Yes. I want to use something else here. I may decide to put, use something like so you can decide to put I can decide to put slide. So accordion, I may decide to put accordion. Sorry about that. I want to search for something else. So you can put a lot of, you can make use of all these tools. You try them out, and so if you want to use social media, you can put accordion, some writing. Accordions are writings that you want to display. So accordion 1, I can say our vision, our vision, our vision. And accordion 2, I can say our mission. Okay, so that is what you have. So if I click on accordion 1 now, all I just need to do is to come here to, these are the dummy tests. I can come here and ask ChatGPT to develop something for me quickly. So I can say develop a mission and vision statement for an online school. For an, let's say for an academy. So okay, so you see ChatGPT has given me a mission statement. I can decide to take this guy here and bring him here and paste him here at, so when they click on vision statement, So you can decide to come here. We can decide to H2. I can decide to change this to H4, or I leave it as default. So I can remove this. That's our vision. So you can see that my Grammarly is helping me to already correct some things. So that is the mission and vision of that. So I can come to mission now and copy what I have for mission here. I can just copy this. So ChatGPT is also helping me to do my work very fast. So I come here. So I add this and update. Once I update it, you discover that I have done a lot of changes to my website. Now, do I really want this arrangement like this? I think this will be better here, and this should be. So let me close this guy here. Okay, let me just remove this. Okay, let me just leave it here. Okay, let's see what we have first. We are updating. Let's see what we have. So did you see? If somebody clicks on this now, you have your mission and your vision. So you see the way it's displaying. So this is my new website. So you can go on and on and on. So I can, if you need a paragraph, maybe you want to do a long writing, what you just need to do is to add this, and when you click on this, you add. If I need to put a particular writing, I can just put paragraph. I can just put paragraph here, text. This text will help me to do long writing. But because it is home page, you are not supposed to put long reading. I can decide to put put inner. I can decide to delete this and use this guy here. Here. So here, if I click on here, I'm going to put a video. And in this, I'm going to put a video. So let's go to YouTube and get a video that you will want to be playing on our website. We get a video that we want to be playing on our website. Let's say we want this art exhibition by Olumawu to be playing on our website. So I'm going to copy the link. You just click on it, copy your link, Control C, or you copy your link and you come to your editor here and highlight this link and replace it. So once I replace it, you discover that, did you see this? I've added this. I can as well decide to add, text here. I can say ask ChatGPT to give me develop a homepage page content for an academy website. So to do this, I say, so you can see what ChatGPT is doing for me. So I can say at this, I can decide to paste this here. You come here, please don't paste it here, paste it here only. So I can decide I paste it here and then add, so I can edit the academy, so I can publish this. Okay, before this I can do this, and let's put header, let's put something here, let's put a heading here. I'll say what we stand for, what we stand for. I can say what do we stand for, that's a proper English. So I can remember to always work with your color. So we are changing this guy to our color that we are working with. Always work with the color. So I can change this guy. I can decide to bolden everybody that is here, and then I can decide to change them to black properly because it's not showing very well. So even this accordion, we have to also see if we can change the color to the color we are working with. So this is the title. I want to change the title color. So the title color, I will work with remember that we have a color that we are working with. Okay, so and this guy here, we have also changed. So okay, so for this one, this color I can work with green. I can work with green, but the green has to be in the same shade of the other green. Okay, so this is what I have. I'm going to so, but this empty box here is not really the best. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add something to that green space. I'm going to add something to this green space, this white box over here. So what do I add? Just to make the color come out. So I can decide to add some good image slides, carousel, image carousel. I can decide to bring it here. So a carousel, just to lighten it up. So I can decide to bring this guy one. I upload it, then I go again, I upload another one. So you must have some images that you want to upload on your website. So I can decide to do this guy. Okay, some images are okay. Let's do this. I'm going to bring this guy here. Okay, the file exceed. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, okay, let me just go to the PHP and increase the size of what I want. Let me go to PHP and increase the size because it's not taking images. So I'll just go to PHP dot ini editor, PHP ini editor, and I'm going to select a particular website I'm working on, which is practice. So I'm going to increase maximum to, let's say, 5 MB. So I'm going to increase to 5 MB. Maximum input, I'm going to increase to 5,000. And post, I'm going to increase to 20 MB. So I'll save it. Then I go back to, that is, so don't worry about that thing I just did now. It's just to ensure that my images is, because it's refusing to take my images. So I have to increase the sorry, I have to, okay, let me just upload, let me just, go back there. Now I have to reload this page for this effect to take place. I have to reload this page. But while the page is reloading, let's see what the changes that have been made. So do you see now that this, you see our website is coming alive. Our website is coming alive. So you can play your image. You can play your image and see that our website is already coming alive. So let's go back to that ini editor and see where the carousel and see whether it has changed. So see what we changed it to. It has reflected. So let's go back and upload some good images. You can see now that the image is actually uploading. This image is uploading. So I'm going to upload another image I'm going to upload another one, just maybe two more, to make that carousel functional and beautiful. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to add this, guys. So those are the two images I'll add up now. So after adding them, I want to view my carousel, so let's create successfully. So we don't want to reorder. If you want to reorder them, you can reorder them, but I don't want to do that. So let's insert them to this particular place. So you see now that we have successfully made this empty space busy. So you can use this to see what we have done. So I can update this particular page. So basically I can add Google Map. I can decide to add Google Map to my website. I can decide to add Google Map to my website. So for me to add Google Map to my website, I can just come here on a new div and go to map. Map. So I can decide to add a Google Map to my website. Here, I can use this address, Yalinga Street 7. I can use 92 Ademola Adetokunbo Street, Abuja. Beg your pardon. So I can copy this address. So I can copy this address and come here and add it to my website and update. And now I have successfully added so you can see, if I come here now, you see a Google map on my website. See a Google map on my website. So that is how to work with Elementor. So I want you to create a page. That is your assignment. I want you to create a page, a home page for a company's website before our next class. Thank you for listening.